It's an afternoon probably best suited for skating in Central Park, but we're across the river. We are in for a cold one at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the New York Giants. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Off the bootleg, here's McCarthy. Finds his man, there's Jordan Addison. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, a 22.
Play action here on the first play from scrimmage. They want to see how the linebackers are going to react. Are they looking to stop the run? Or are they going to sit back in coverage? A really nice job there of going in attack mode early, and they pick up a quick first down.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. 2nd and 10. Here's McCarthy. And his throw here is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Addison will go in motion left. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And that is incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Gunnar Olszewski deep for the Giants. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So now here are the Giants backed up to start their first drive. Leading him out is their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Ole Miss.
So this is what we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside. Everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
Well, he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
1st and 10.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Looking to throw, dart. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now this thrown deep for Slayton. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd and 9. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing is McCarthy. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. And he will have a Vikings 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Quick throw there is incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
On play action, McCarthy. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this 1st quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
To the air again, McCarthy. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
On second down, here's the option. And maybe the wrong read there, as he's going to go down immediately. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Oh, nice move. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, first and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here first and 10. Looking to put a drive together. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And he stopped immediately there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And not much room to speak of. We'll get about 3 up to the 41. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's third and 6. To the air with McCarthy. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 41.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
New York set to take the field. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up first and 10 at the 41-yard line. In motion comes the tight end left. They'll start with a run by Tracy. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
To throw now, Dart. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
And Brian Dable, with his background on offense, he's got a call ready, and they are going to go for it on fourth down. They'll try and run for it. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Remember, that was fourth and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and fourth and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Dart going to look to throw here. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. Well, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of the first down.
Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on fourth down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the first down. It's now first and goal.
And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Jackson Dart, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Giants take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. The RPO is such a big part of college football, Charles, and it continues to become a bigger part here at the next level, too.
And it also helps to have a rookie quarterback who comes out of that college game and is familiar with how to run it. So it works both ways. He knows what he's doing, and now it allows the coaches to call plays to get him comfortable early.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. That time a 9-play drive, and in the end it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive may be a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Looking to throw McCarthy. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
2 yards. And the Vikings, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. He's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
44-yard line.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2nd down and a yard. And they give the Jones off tackle. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Third down, here's Mason. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
And the Vikings, 1st down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. This one brought in by Jefferson. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Now McCarthy. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 23. Needed 13. They got 14 on 3rd down.
1st down. 1st and 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And inside give to Jones. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. From the gun on 3rd down, McCarthy. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And he returns this to the 22. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield, because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Dart. There's a short one caught by Johnson. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They give it off here to the tight end. And he will have a Giants first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Tracy going to get it on 1st down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That play ended for a net loss thanks to Javon Hargrave.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Now Dart. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Dart. Now this thrown deep for Slayton. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, 54 yards. And the Giants add 6 to their lead. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
Point after try forthcoming. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Giants.
A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
All right, I got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
Well, he's saying I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there, let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs. Brought down on the play by Kayvon Thibodeau.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 36. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Minnesota.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Jones running left. And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. 2nd down coming up. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll go again to Jones. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
A gain of 14. And the Vikings first down.
The left side completion to Jones. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts.
1-yard gain.
Now 2nd and 9. Back to throw. This one is incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. McCarthy operating from the gun. This one swung out here to Jones. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Will Reichard on for the Vikings field goal. A 47-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with an 8-point lead, probably not too much of an impetus to try and do too much here. And getting this just shy of midfield, is spotted at the 49. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
To the air, Dart. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help him out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 5. That's out quickly to Howard. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. It's a quarterback sneak. And he will have a Giants first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Tracy. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Throwing, dart. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the 3rd quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Pass complete to Addison. Across midfield. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing again, McCarthy. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's third down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Here's McCarthy. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash, this from 48. That is inches from the upright. And that will keep the lead at 8.
Looked like you might have overcompensated there for being on the right hash because you've got to make sure you get the angle right. But that time he started it too far left and winds up hooking it way too far.
The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. So the missed field goal, and now they're in great shape. They'll start at the 38. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now to this point.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now 2nd and 3. Right back to Tracy. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Throwing his dart. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
On to give, it's Tracy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
To throw his dart. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
1st and 10.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
He's got Slayton on the slant. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Jackson Dart, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Giants have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. We've seen this already from him in this game. Second time he's into the end zone with a rushing touchdown.
So the head coach is going to have a meeting with the owner this week. You know why? He's got to let the owner know, I know you wrote the check for his arm, but we're going to make him a part of our running game too. This guy can do it all. Let's see where he takes us.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was finished by the touchdown run from the 15. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And now out comes Minnesota. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games. You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
In motion, the tight end. To the air with McCarthy. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Absolutely nowhere to go with the football, and he's just going to put this one in the Hudson River. Maybe he's a little fortunate he didn't get called for grounding, because that one was well over everyone's head.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. He'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Jefferson going to go in motion right. Up the middle, Jones. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
3rd quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Jones. And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Olszewski now to return. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. Here's Dart. This one is Slayton over the middle. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd. They'll hand it to Tracy. And space tough to come by there. So we get maybe a yard to the 37.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
At the 37-yard line.
2nd down and 8. Dart going to look to throw here. Catch made by Slayton. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
It's a gain of 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
To throw, Dart. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Looking to put a drive together. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the shotgun to give to Jones. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Looking to throw McCarthy. And that is incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Going for it. Here's McCarthy. He lets one go deep for Addison. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. A play fake, and now it's Dart. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Tracy. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
To the sideline and incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this one is right through. So the starting field position was terrific following a surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now out comes Minnesota. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter. Looking to put a drive together. McCarthy off the play fake. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down. Now McCarthy.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Third down from the gun, McCarthy. And he'll find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or really something that feels a little bit cheap. If they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing, dart. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Looking to throw, dart. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways. In motion goes the tight end. And that will be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air. because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now on 4th down, honors the punt team sending this one away. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Looking to put a drive together. On play action. Now McCarthy. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better?
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack.
And it's 3rd down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. He'll try and do this himself. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. And the Giants ready to come out now. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. That one looks like he'll throw here. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's 2nd and 7. They're going to try the jet sweep. Robinson with it. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. To the air, Dart. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.